Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over to the shop. I bought a new lift kit for the truck, so we'll be going over there, seeing what I got. We have a couple parts I want to strip down and put some powder coat on to use as advertisement for my powder coat business, but also just add some color to the truck. So we're heading over there now. Once I get there, we'll do a little overview, see what kit I got, and powder coating it in this video, and then in the next video we'll be throwing it on the truck, so stay tuned. Got some new signs up here at Freedom. Got the MX Coating sign up. Engine swap's coming. Is that a little 305 come alive?
305 come alive.
I don't see the marking on it anywhere. Free TBSS intake though, huh?
Oh yeah.
Excellent. All right, so here's the kit we got. We got the Zone 4.5 inch with the Fox rear shocks. I got these Fox 2.5 inch or 2.5 coilovers off of Marketplace. Got a really good deal on them. They're supposed to be 4.5 to 6.5, so we'll probably set it at 5 so it sits nice and level. We're not gonna powder coat everything, but we'll do the coil springs, rear blocks, cross members, the knuckles, and I think that's it. The skid plates and all we want to keep black, so if we run over something, we can touch it up with spray paint and not hurt the powder coat we're going to use, because the color is going to be kind of hard to match. Here's all the bolts that it came with, the little plate to weld in once you cut the factory cross member. Installation says 7 to 9 hours, so we'll see how fast or slow we can get that done. But yeah, today's video, all we're going to be doing is stripping it and powder coating it, and then the next video will be installing it on the truck, so stay tuned. All right, so we just got the first coil spring off of the Fox coilovers. Real big pain in the butt trying to use one of these. It's always sketchy. Our little forks were a little too big, so definitely putting it back, we probably won't be able to use that tool without scratching the powder coat up. But we were able to get it off without releasing all the nitrogen, which is nice. I'm gonna have to, I can't take this off unfortunately because we would have to remove the hose. So I just went all the way down. I'm gonna take a grinder with like a flap disc maybe and just clean this up the best I can. And then re-drill some of the holes so that you can put a spanner wrench in it and hopefully still use it. We got the rest of these parts in the stripper right now. We're using nanner peeler, 50 to water, 50 to chemical. It's at 119 degrees. As you can see, most of it's already coming off, which is awesome. It hasn't even been in here but maybe 30 minutes, if that, but it already started peeling like that pretty early. So these cross members, we're gonna have to flip over and do the other side. Eventually we're gonna get a bigger tank so that we can put stuff flat, but for now it should work pretty good. You can see the blocks are starting to bubble up. Haven't really gotten going yet, but you can see these cross members are coming right off. All right, little update video. We got both of the coil springs off. Everything was in the strip tank, came out. We got them washed. Need to sandblast these parts just to knock the surface rust off. All right, so it's the next day. We have one more coil spring to sandblast. It's already been in the strip tank, all the paint's off. We just have to knock off the surface rust and we will be ready for powder. I just threw on this temporary set of wheels because this set's obviously getting a 35 on it, and before I lift it, I obviously can't fit a 35. So once that part is sandblasted, we'll go ahead and get these other parts out of the oven. I got them all wrapped up to hopefully prevent surface rust because I blasted those 2 days ago. So we'll go from there. All right, so we're gonna start warming the oven up. We got all the parts blasted and ready to go. We're just gonna give them a quick air hose to blow off any debris. I'm gonna start making some hooks to hang them, and we'll start powder coating. I'll do a little time lapse of the powder process. We're gonna do a zinc primer since these are steel parts. And then the base coat will be alien silver. We'll partially cure it, pull it out, do the Jamaican teal, and then go from there. So yeah, we're gonna start hanging these things. All right, so I got all the parts hung up. We're gonna pull them out, hang them on the rack that's waiting to get powder coated. I don't have a roll-in rack yet. We're still growing in our powder coat business, but I'm gonna pull all these out now that I got it hung up where I like them. We're gonna give them a quick cleaning with the air compressor just to get any additional dust off. And then once the oven's up to temperature, go ahead and have everything hanging and start doing our primer on all of our parts. Once I'm done spraying, I'm gonna put the part on the hold rack because I wanna put them in all at the same time. Again, since I don't have a roll-in rack, that's the way we're gonna have to do it. I could put them in each time I powder coat something, but it's gonna be inconsistent because one starts, starting to set up when the other one's not even in yet. So we don't want that. We're gonna put them all at the same time. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'm gonna start a time lapse and we're gonna close this oven up and get it to temperature. All right, we got the first coat of primer sprayed on, got all the surfaces wiped off that need to be removed. For those of you who don't know, this is why powder coating is expensive. But we're gonna throw these in the oven. As you can see, it's all removed. So we're gonna throw this in the oven for 5 minutes at 400, and we'll pull it out and do our alien silver. Alright, parts are out of the oven and have the primer coat. This is a super cool looking color, kind of looks like TRD gray. Everything turned out super smooth so far. We're gonna let them cool down to about 120 or so. You don't want to shoot them too hot because it starts to bake on pretty much right away if you spray it hot. So you want to avoid that so everything cooks evenly. But yeah, we got our alien silver loaded up in our royal coats, RC1. So we'll get the coating these here shortly. silver is sprayed. Time to put it back in the oven. We'll do a partial cure, pull it out, do our Jamaican teal. All right, I'm filthy. Into the oven we go with the alien silver. All right, the alien silver is out of the oven. Waiting on it to cool down to about 160 or so. It's almost there. The parts are looking super sweet. Lighting's not great in here. Of course, the cast pieces aren't going to look as good as something like this sheet metal. But we got the Jamaican teal loaded up. We still need to get a hopper. We're still just using the factory cup, but it's working for now until we upgrade. So while we're waiting on this thing to cool down, I think I'm gonna go get a snack. Let's see what we have for snacks. Oh, well, a vending machine. All right, got some chip options, some popcorn, a firearm. Oh, couple different options. Oh, some Zen. Let's see what we got here. Oh, if I got my hand out of the here we go. I think I'll hold. I'll just get me some Cheeto Puffs. You know what? Maybe I'll get me a beer. Excellent. That'll work. Dinner is served. All right, we got the Jamaican teal parts in the oven. We had a big problem. We had some water, we think, that came in the line. We are getting water spots. I was able to get most of it cleared out, and for the most part, it didn't really mess up any of the parts. The rear cross member got a couple dots of moisture on it, so we'll see what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. But yeah. All right, we just pulled the part out of the oven that we had to redo. Turned out much, much better. The lighting's not perfect in here. It looks darker in here than it actually is. But you can see it's still steaming. Turned out awesome. Letting that cool off. Here's the other parts. All done. So, start tackling this thing, getting it ready to go.